Good evening and welcome to Lacoste Park in beautiful Tecumseh, Ontario, the site of Great Lakes Collegiate Baseball League action here on WeTV. Hello everybody, my name is Dominic Papa. Glad to have you along for the ride here tonight. We start the final week of regular season play of the Great Lakes Collegiate Baseball League, and the St. Clair Green Giants are in good shape, no doubt about it. They have a playoff spot right now, not locked up just yet, but they're in good shape. There are 5 remaining games, all right here at Lacoste Park, starting here tonight with the Irish Hills Leprechauns. The Irish Hills Leprechauns, they started out slow this season, but they changed some things in the management position, and ever since then, they've been one of the better teams in the league. In fact, they've clawed their way back into a playoff picture scene. They haven't made the playoffs by any means yet, so these games are very meaningful for them. They are 18-17 coming into this game, are the Leprechauns, but more importantly, they've won 2 of their last 3 games against the Lima Locos, the top team in the division right now, so they're playing their best baseball of the season, and they hope that continues here tonight. As for the St. Clair Green Giants, well, of course, they are 23-14. They won their last 2 games here on the weekend against Xenia. They have, like I said, a playoff spot right now, but they still have a shot for first place and hosting a home playoff game. So that's the goal here for Dave Cooper and the gang. These 2 teams met earlier in the season. They met way back in June 28th and 29th at the Irish Hills field. It was Irish Hills winning one of those games 1-0. The Giants winning the other one 5-0. The Giants 7-3 in their last 10 games. 23-14 overall, so a very good season so far for the Green Giants. They are treating this game much like a playoff game. They know the importance of it. This is the first of 5 games in the next 6 days for the Giants right here at Lacoste Park. When we come back, it's the opening pitch. Bill Kelso and Justin Prince with the call. This is Great Lakes Collegiate Baseball League action on WeTV.
Windsor started a tradition way back of giving us great barbecue north of the border, and you can taste that tradition when you come to Tommy's Barbecue. Dive into Tommy's rotisserie-style ribs and chicken, along with the crinkle-cut fries, coleslaw, and the original hot and sweet sauces. Plus all those amazing desserts like Black Forest cake and strawberry cheesecake. Taste the tradition and so much more at Tommy's Barbecue, 999 Erie Street East. See you there, Windsor.
The race for the playoffs is kicking into full gear as the final week of the GLSCL regular season gets underway tonight. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Burt Lacoste Park for tonight's game between the Irish Hills Leprechauns and the St. Clair Green Giants. I'm Justin Prince. Alongside me today is Tristan Bouchat for what should be a very competitive game, as you heard in the pregame for our own Dom Papa. Both of these teams treating tonight like a playoff game, Tristan.
Yeah, both of these teams are playing really well right now. Irish Hills has been a hot streak, trying to come up and get that last playoff spot. So look for them to come out and start the game off hot tonight.
And right now they're getting all set to go to lead things off for tonight. Final handshakes getting underway from the managers as the 3rd best batting average team in the league looks to start things off right. As we look at your starting lineup, and right up on your screen just about now, Noah Suarez will end up leading things off for them. As right now they get ready to get things going. 3 of the top 15 hitters on the team, as you see here. Suarez, followed by Thomas Miller, Gunnar Rainey, followed by Tommy Pellis. Tristan Pilot and Adam Furness is in 5th and 6th in the lineup. Nick Neubauer is in 7th, Christian Faust in 8th, and Joshua Parks in right field. Bats 9th tonight. And that leads to the man on the mound tonight, one of the most challenging pitchers this season. Right now, leading the league in ER, Jacob Moskowitz.
Yeah, Moskowitz comes out, throws strikes, keeps the ball down, does a very good job for us. If he keeps that up tonight against this very good hitting team, it should be a great game.
As you see with the graphic, this is his 6th start of the season, 5-1 record so far. That loss came in his last start. In the last time he played against Irish Hills in that last series in June, he had pitched a complete game in a 5-0 victory in that series. So somebody that could be someone very challenging on the mound tonight. Let's look at your defensive arrangements for tonight. Alex Crump is behind the catcher's plate, behind home plate today, I should say. Harrison Jones at first, Gavin Homer at 2nd, Kevin Dion at shortstop, Kuzminski at 3rd, with DeLuke, Mossy, and Arnelia in the outfield for tonight's game. And with that, Irish Hills is just about set to go. Noah Suarez will lead things off. 61% humidity tonight, 26 degrees Celsius, 79 degrees Fahrenheit, with partly cloudy skies, as the .284 hitter looks to lead things off well. And we're underway from Burt Lacoste Park. And it starts off with the ball on the off-speed pitch. One also off speed, but clips the bottom of the zone 1-1.
Yeah, look for Moskowitz to dive into on the count early, get ahead, stay ahead with his pitches.
Justin Prince alongside Tristan Busat here in the booth here for Wheat TV. Strike called on for strike number 2. 1-2 is the count. And for Jacob Moskowitz coming into tonight with 22 strikeouts on the season, 15 walks. Strike 3 called, and he starts off the night well with strikeout number 1.
That's a great first pitch right there on the outside corner. Anytime you get the first bat of the game out, that's a great start. Get your confidence going heading into the rest of the game.
And that's going to bring up Thomas Miller up to the plate as Suarez takes the long walk to the dugout. And for Thomas Miller, he comes into tonight number 13 in batting average in the league. Here comes the first pitch. Looks like to be a high changeup for a strike, 0-1.
Looks like Moskowitz is mixing his pitches up early here today, so that's a good start so far.
Well, good command. Here's the 0-1. Off speed again for an error, strike, 0-2. Here's the average. You can see hitting .352 with a home run and 20 RBIs and a high slugging percentage at .443. Just able to tip that one away to keep the count alive at 0-2.
Great starts from Moskowitz so far, just pounding the zone with strikes.
As you can see, right now things very tight in the standings. The Sugar Beets currently holding the 3 spot in the Northern Division standings. They just won their matchup against the Richmond Jazz. 7-6 is the final to move to 21-16. Hit foul down the right field line and over the tents. And the reason that score is important and that victory for the Sugar Beets is important is the Irish Hills Leprechauns came into tonight about a game and a half back of them.
Yeah, and Saginaw is trailing us with 3rd place right now, so it's this is a big game for us right now.
Low pitch, foul it away to keep it 0-2 once again. And of course the Green Giants just half a game back in their standings. So things becoming very close to where it's, as you heard, everyone treating this like a playoff series right now with this homestand. Here comes the 0-2. Half swing, but gets some for strikeout number 2. And a good start from Moskowitz today.
Great start, throwing all his pitches for strikes, getting them all across the plate, getting these hitters to chase. Look for him to keep this up throughout the full game today.
And that was strike number 6. Just 1 ball the entire game so far. That brings up the number 11 hitter in batting average in Gunnar Rainey. In for a strike, 0-1 with 2 outs.
Keeping the ball on the outside early here today, trying to get these hitters to chase.
Jacob Moskowitz starting with 2 straight strikeouts. Rainey coming into tonight hitting .355, 18 RBIs as swings and misses for strike 2.
Great pitch. Looked like he was looking for something else there and got him with the off speed.
Here comes the 0-2. Just misses the zone on the fastball, 1-2. On deck would be Tommy Pellis. A low pitch again, low and outside the zone, 2-2. 2-2 is the count with 2 outs. Chop towards Dion at short. Throws it to Jones at first and gets out number 3. So a quick 1-2-3 inning to start things off for the Green Giants. No hits, no runs, no errors. As we look at the quick replay here on that ground ball.
Nice pitch by Moskowitz there. Let him chop it right to Dion. All the time in the world, makes a nice throw to first base and gets the out there. Great inning, great start by Moskowitz.
And a quick inning for him, just a few innings as we look at the Green Giants lineup. They're 23-14 on the season. Again, second in the Northern Division. Carter Mossy leads things off, followed by Rodrigo DeLuke. Gibson Kuzminski is at third base tonight, hits third. Miguel Cienfuegos is playing the DH at fourth, well, followed by Harrison Jones. Gavin Holbert, Matthew Ornelia, Alex Crump, and Kevin Dion round out the lineup for tonight. But that brings up the man who's on the mound tonight, and Axel Buter, who is coming in on just his second start here as we look at the graphic.
Yeah, just his second start. We got fight some pitches off, get some hits, get some base runners here, just like we do all the games. The more pitches he throws, the better.
And you can see the ERA, 8.38 in 19 1/3 innings, 24 walks, 20 strikes. Last game he appeared in, just 2 innings appeared in for 6 runs, just 3 earned on 7 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Looking at the defensive lineup, Neuber's at catcher tonight, Fernandez at first, Faust at second, Miller at shortstop, Pellis will be at third, while Suarez, Pilot, and Parks will be in the outfield for the 18 and 17 Leprechauns. But with that, the Green Giants definitely going to look to try and have a good start to this game, especially with a guy like Mossy, who seems to find a lot of chances to steal bases and come in for runs.
Yeah, Mossy's got a ton of speed, and he's a great hitter too, hitting .317 on the season. If he can get on base, he can cause some havoc with that speed.
And to mention those runs, as you see the average, .317, 18 RBIs, on-base percentage of a .433. He has a total of 36 runs on the campaign, as well as 25 stolen bases. So both of those make him a threat with the speed and contact, as he's just waiting for the final moments here before we start things off here in the bottom of the first. Beautiful night here at the ballpark, though. Very humid night, which could potentially maybe carry some balls towards the outfield tonight, maybe.
Yeah, not a lot of wind tonight. Normally we have a windy night at Lacoste Park, so these balls might carry a little further than normal. So we'll see what happens tonight.
And here comes Mossy, all set to go. This will be his 124th at-bat on the season as he gets all set to go. With Axel Buter, bats right, throws left, plays collegiately for the University of Toledo. A collegiate player in the junior level, I should really say, junior class. First pitch, in for a strike, 0-1. High pitch, 1-1.
As we saw in the graphic earlier, Buter throws a lot of balls, walks a lot of guys, so getting into deep counts today will definitely benefit us.
Here comes the 1-1. Just in the zone, and looks like the off-speed 1-2. 1-2 is the count. Lights already on here at Bert Lacoste Park here in the bottom of the first after a 1-2-3 inning from Jacob Moskowitz to start off the top of the first. Just outside the zone, 2-2.
That's a good eye there. That's typically a pitcher's pitch, trying to get the batter to chase, so that's good that he held off there.
Moskowitz has drawn 20 walks this season. Up high, full count, 3-2. Where do you go from here?
I don't know. He's going to be looking to get one across the plate. You don't want to walk that first batter of the game, especially with someone the speed that Mossy has.
Rodrigo DeLuke is on deck for the Green Giants. In the dirt, and he'll take a walk. First walk of the ball game, as Mossy has walk number 21 on the season. That brings up DeLuke.
That's a great first at-bat by Mossy there. Saw a lot of pitches. Now he's got his speed on base.
And as mentioned, that brings up DeLuke up to the plate. Question is, when does Mossy go? As he's been prone to go for a lot of steal attempts, sometimes on the first pitch. As DeLuke's in the batter's box, waiting for the first pitch. There goes Mossy, and it hits DeLuke. So the steal attempt is mute, and DeLuke will immediately go to first. Men at first and second already here in the bottom of the first, no outs after that fast pitch.
Yeah, that pitch missed by a lot right there. He looked a little wild on the last couple of pitches to Mossy, so let's see where he goes from there.
That brings up Gibson Kuzminski up to the plate. Men at first and second with no outs after the hit batsman. Kuzminski hitting .283 with 2 home runs and 30 RBIs. That is 1/5 of the home runs so far for the Green Giants, as Kuzminski thought to go for bunt, but goes for the strike instead.
This is a big at-bat right here to have the first 2 batters on with nobody out in the first inning. Hopefully we can move some guys around and get some runs in early.
Infield still shifted in. Watches the pitch go outside and up high a bit, 1-1. DeLuke at first, Mossy at second with no outs. Down low in the dirt on the off speed, 2-1.
It almost looks like Buter's overthrown a little bit there and getting wild with his pitches.
Yeah, right now already getting up towards 6 balls, 3 strikes in the first few batters. Down low again on the curve, 3-1. Looked like he tried to go to the same spot 2-3 straight times.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to keep the ball down. He's just too low right now and he's got to bring it up.
Miguel Cienfuegos, the DH, is on deck. Kuzminski sizzled down the third base line. Around comes Mossy, down third. DeLuke gonna go to third as that's gonna bring in a run. It's 1-0 Green Giants as Kuzminski moves to second.
Looks like Kuzminski gets the pitch he likes and just drives that down the line. With Mossy and DeLuke's speed on the bases, they're able to score and get to third on the double. Yeah, DeLuke slides in lots of time. Lots of speed on this Green Giants team this year.
And now there's men both in scoring position at second and third with no outs still as it's 1-0 Green Giants. And brings up Miguel Cienfuegos. Usually a pitcher hitting .282 though in 12 games with a home run and 9 RBIs. So he's somebody that is a strong pitcher for strikeouts and for contact.
Yeah, he's a great hitter. Look for him here to try and drive the ball to the right side, knock in DeLuke early, and get that second run home.
Here's the first pitch. Up high and inside for ball 1. And he's going to just pop this one up. Chase down in left field. No one can get it, though. That's going to bring in DeLuke for the run. And the tag at third is good. So 1 out on the play, but a run does score. It's 2-0.
Looks like Miggy was looking for something else on this pitch, just dropped it up, but ends up falling in that no man's lane out there in left field. Kuzminski gets caught out in the middle between second and third and had nowhere to go.
And now, men at first, just at first now after the scored run in the tag at third, that brings up Harrison Jones, the first baseman, hitting .252 with 20 RBIs and 3 home runs. There's the check back. It's already 2-0 Green Giants after a blooper play in left field, able to get between the left fielder and the third baseman. Jones fouls that one back and all the way to the parking lot. 0-1. Jones towards shortstop, goes underneath his glove. Into left field it goes. Cienfuegos trying to go to third. Is he safe? Yes, he is. And it's a base hit for Jones with 1 out.
Great piece of hitting by Jones right there. Smokes the ball through the left side. Diving play by the shortstop, and with Cienfuegos' speed, gets the third. Close play, but makes it in there just in time.
And that's
seeing the speed of the Green Giants early today, stealing bases and taking extra bases where they can.
Apologies for almost cutting you off there. It's ruled a hit, the third hit already for the Green Giants. And that keeps things going. Gavin Homer's up at the plate now. Gavin Homer hitting .212 with 10 RBIs and a home run. Pitch up high on the fastball, 1-0. So Jones at first, Cienfuegos at third with one out. In the strike zone on the off-speed changeup, 1-1.
That's a nice pitch right on the outside corner right there. Good pitch by Buter.
And Buter already getting towards into double-digit pitches. 7 strikes, 6 balls. As that one hits him. And the bases are now loaded with one out. What do you do here as Matthew Arnelia is up at the plate?
Hopefully Arnelia is going to hit the ball something hard here, even get it up in the air and move these runners along. Buter's having struggled finding the strike zone early, so he's got to find something he likes.
And now a conference between the catcher and the pitcher. That is, of course, Newber and Buter. After 2 hit batsmen here in this inning, Arnelia is hitting .306 with 15 RBIs. Home run came here at Bert Lacoste Park in the past week. So he's been hitting the ball well, looking to do well in the 20s for game appearances. Fouls that one back above the screen. 0-1.
Swinging early in that bat. Looks like he's trying to drive in a run here. Hopefully put something in play. Little hole on the left side between short and third.
Bases loaded here with one out. Swings and misses on the off-speed in the dirt. 0-2.
He's got a battle now. Down 0-2 with bases loaded. Got to fight some pitches off until he finds ones he likes.
And Alex Crump is on deck. Good contact to right field. Just falls right in front of Parks. This will go all the way to the fence and bring him multiple runs. Cienfuegos is home. Jones is coming home. Also coming home is Homers. That's going to be a stand-up triple for the Green Giants. How about that for keeping the count alive?
Oh, found a nice pitch there. 0-2. Got something he liked. Buter must have missed with that one because Arnelia smoked it right to that right fielder. Looks like he didn't know what to do, how to judge it, and made a diving attempt last minute, but missed on it, and ball ran all the way to the wall.
And that allows all 3 men on base to come in to score. That brings up the catcher and Alex Crump.
He's going to try and keep the train rolling here, knocking Arnelia. Hit something hard, driving that run.
And it's 5-0 now as all 3 players on base came home to score. Pitch is down low to start off the count, 1-0. Crump hitting .213 with 12 RBIs on the campaign. Chop towards left field. This should be playable by Suarez. Here comes the sacrifice fly. Arnelia gonna come home safely, and it's now 6-0 with 2 outs.
Great at bat by Crump there. Get that ball up in the air deep enough so Arnelia can score. Hit that ball pretty well, pretty deep to left. Strong throw by the left fielder. Made it somewhat close, but Arnelia's got some speed and got it in there no problem.
And on top of that, that is now the league-leading 25th sacrifice fly for the Green Giants, as that brings up Dion at shortstop. Pitch inside and low, 1-0. As you've seen with the batting average, since coming to and playing for the Green Giants, has been very good with contact, very quick on the base pads. As that one's inside on the fastball, 2-0.
Yeah, since they picked up Dion, he's been another one just add to the speed in this lineup. All the guys in the lineup can run, cause some havoc to the fielders.
Chop towards second, chased down by Faust. Mishandles the throw as Dion is safe. So the inning stays alive with 2 outs.
Looked like a bit of a chopper up the middle there. Second baseman took a weird hop off the grass. The second baseman made it almost impossible to get Dion with his speed at first.
I'll say this, that was a great catch there because that would have been at least a double if it bounced by him.
Oh yeah, if that gets it over his head with Dion's speed, he's looking to take that second base for sure.
The inning keeps churning, and we're already up back to the top of the order with Carter Mossy. Pitches down low and rolls to the backstop as Dion will move to second. And the inning continues to swirl around more and more. 6-0's the score, 5 hits, 2 hit batsmen here in the bottom of the first. Hit to shortstop. Should be playable as this one's thrown to third and gets out number 3. So Irish Hills gets out of the jam, but not without 6 allowed runs, 5 hits, 1 man left on, and that ends the bottom of the first. 6-0 here after first, as we'll be back in just a few moments here on WeTV.
I am Nadia Komunic for the best in local programming. Watch WeTV.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Baron Championship rings. This is who we are.
And welcome back, everyone, to Bert Lacoste Park here in Tecumseh, Ontario. It is already 6-0 after 1 inning of play. The Irish Hills Leprechauns will lead things off with Tommy Pellis, then Preston Pilot, and Adam Furness. Justin Prince alongside Tristan Bouchat as Jacob Moskowitz starts off with a pitch inside 1-0, but this is a lot of run insurance to work with here.
Oh yeah, if you're Moskowitz, all you have to do come out now is throw strikes, let your defense work. You got a big lead, let your team play good defense behind you.
And Pellis, good contact, but fouls it just down the left field line. It's 1-1. And as you've seen with the batting average, very high. That's in the top 10, 9th in the league in average. 358, 4 home runs, 29 RBIs. Slugging percentage at .500. Chop towards the shortstop and second. Homer gets it playable for out number 1. And that looked like a pretty routine chase there as that one was weakly hit.
Yeah, that was a nice pitch right there by Moskowitz. Got it on his hands, a kind of inside-out swing, and a nice little pop-up to have it, or a homer there. There's no problem with that play.
And that's going to be a put-out by the second baseman as that's going to bring up Preston Pilot. Starts off speed in the bottom of the strike zone, 0-1.
Moskowitz dives in early on a lot of these batters, puts them behind, and then he gets to throw his pitches.
Pilot's hitting .265. Watches that one in the dirt, 1-1. Top of the second, 1 out here on we-tv.ca. Green Giants lead 6-0. Chop towards second. Homer makes the play, throws it to Jones. Can't get there in time, and it's going to be an infield single. And let's look at this replay.
Slow roller right up the middle, right up the mound. Homer had to go a long way to get that ball, to get his body turned and throw. Almost make that play. That would have been a great play. Great effort by Homer right there.
Great effort indeed, as that's going to bring up Adam Furness. Watches the off speed to start off the count, 0-1. He's hitting .250 with 14 RBIs. Today playing first base. And there's the throwback. Keeping the man at first and bay with the 0-1 count. Up high with the pitch out, 1-1.
Looks like they're keeping an eye over there on the runner on first base, keeping him close with the throw over and the pitch out.
With Pilot, he's got 6 stolen bases on the season. This one hit foul just down the left field line. That's going to be strike 2. 1-2 is the count. Throw back to Pilot again at first. Keeps him at bay with the 1-2.
Moskowitz is pretty good at keeping the runners on us. Doesn't matter how fast or slow you're on first base, always keeping an eye on you.
Here comes the 1-2, foul back to keep it alive. And a good effort from him so far to keep this alive. With Fernandez drawing 10 walks on the season. Chop foul to the screen once again, still 1-2.
Couple good pitches in a row here by Moskowitz, but he keeps battling, keep fighting them off. Let's see if he can get something low and outside and get it past him here.
Moskowitz sets up for the 1-2. Curveball, but misses 2-2. Looked like he was trying to clip the outside corner.
Yeah, just a little bit too far outside right there. Great pitch to try and get him to chase, though.
Slapped hard to homers. It bounces off his glove. Still going to get the force out at second, but can't get the double play. And that was an interesting play. Let's look at this.
Yeah, that ball came out smoked off the bat. Homer jumped a little bit for it, knocked it down, though, takes the out. That's a great play. Stay with it, even though he bobbled it.
And it should be, with the out, ruled a fielder's choice, I believe, as that's going to bring up Nick Neubauer, pardon me. The catcher for today, hitting .245 on the year with 8 RBIs, just his 18th game on the campaign. And Neubauer getting ready to go here with 2 outs. Men at first after the fielder's choice. Inside and high, 1-0. Watches that one for a strike, 1-1 inside.
Great pitch on the inside corner right there. Even up the count at 1-1.
For Neubauer, has a total of 13 hits on the campaign and 20 drawn walks. Draws the second ball there to make it 2-1, 2-1. Chop to first. Jones should make this one easily, and the side is retired. So 1 hit, 1 man left on, and no runs. It's still 6-0 after this force out at first.
Nice.
As you can see, easy play, but with the standings, things are very close. The Locals currently lead coming into tonight by half a game over the Green Giants. The Saginaw Sugar Beets, as we talked about a little bit, holding on to the 3rd spot in the standings. Top 3 go to the playoffs. They're trying to keep away from the Muskegon Clippers and the Irish Hills Leprechauns, who are both trying to gain ground on the Sugar Beets.
Yeah, both Muskegon and Irish Hills are playing really good baseball right now, so St. Clair and Saginaw have to match that and stay up in the standings so the other 2 teams can't catch up.
And it's very important to get wins at this point, especially for both of these teams, because Irish Hills is the furthest on back in games back, as you've seen with the graphic in terms of the record. And in terms of the games back coming into tonight, they were 4.5 games back, half a game back of the Clippers. The win with the Sugar Beets makes it a bit more difficult.
Yeah, obviously coming in with a 2 seed here, you get that home field advantage for that play-in game, which is huge. You get to pack your own stadium with the crowd, whereas that 3 seed, you got to go on the road and play in front of their fans. So having a little bit of momentum going into the playoffs is big right now.
Yeah, and right now the Green Giants, of course, Having 5 home games in the next 6 days going to really help things as well. As mentioned, they are trying to get that top spot, I should say, to win basically the regular season championship for the Northern Division. But when it comes to this game, though, it's already 6-0 with 5 hits. Without Axel Buter, what do you do to try and settle on down, and what do you expect with the Green Giants now that they're already going through the second time through the order, starting off with DeLuke?
I think Buter has to come in and throw strikes this inning. Last inning, he hit a couple batters, put some base runners on early, and that started to cause the problems. If you're St. Clair, you've already seen him once. You know what he's going to be bringing, so just look for your pitch and try and drive it somewhere.
And there's already a man up in the bullpen on top of that as well, as you can see that in the bullpen is Max Librato, who plays collegiate with Oakland University, a junior there, also a right-hander. So he's coming in, warming up after the 5 hits, 6 runs in the first inning. Leading things off this inning is Rodrigo DeLuke, followed by Gibson Krusminski and Miguel Cienfuegos as he calls time. For DeLuke, he was hit by a pitch the last time up. This will be potentially his first official at bat. Starts off with a low pitch, 1-0. And DeLuke will just foul this one away now to make it 1-1 down the left field line.
Yeah, big swing out of the DeLuke there. Must have found a pitch he liked, tried to drive that ball.
When it comes to Buter, has just 24 pitches thrown so far, majority of them strikes, but a lot of pitches hittable for the Green Giants so far, say the least. The 1-1 in on the fastball for a strike, 1-2.
Buter also had some high-pressure pitches last inning with runners in scoring position, so that adds a little bit of wear onto the pitcher's arm when you're in situations like that.
Absolutely. See how he does on the 1-2. Up high on the fastball, just missed, 2-2. That one off speed this time, but missed, 3-2. 2 straight times trying to hit to the top of the zone, now a full count.
If you're Buter, you got to come with the strike here. You can't walk the first batter after giving up 6 runs last inning.
Here comes Buter on the 3-2. Swings and misses is DeLuke for strikeout number 1 for the Green Giants side today.
That was a nice pitch right there. Got DeLuke chasing on that one.
And that's going to bring up Gibson Krusminski up at the plate. Last time up, he got a double. 1 for 1 so far. Now 289 on the season. Also up to 31 RBIs after the double. Decent contact, but should be playable to Pilot in center for out number 2. So a simple fly out there, and we're quickly through 2 outs. That's going to bring up Miguel Cienfuegos once again, who got a single last time.
Yeah, hopefully Miggy can find a pitch he likes right here, get on base, start it up with 2 outs.
And right now, quickly getting through this, man still up in the bullpen here. As Cienfuegos, as you see, 1 for 1 so far. That got him back to 300. Decent pitch, low and inside, but for a strike, 0-1. As mentioned, usually makes pit starts for the Green Giants, has been really good. He's in the top 5 in strikeouts. That one's in for a strike, 0-2.
Seen a different version of Buter this inning, attacking the zone, throwing lots of more strikes than he did last inning, going right at our hitters.
Already spreading the difference between balls and strikes. That one, though, makes it 1-2. 19 strikes, 12 balls now. That was more near 50-50 at the start of this inning.
Yeah, he's coming right at the hitters now.
Cienfuegos trying to keep the count alive, fouls it down the right field line, not playable as that bounces into the bullpen. Still 1-2 is the count. Harrison Jones would be on deck. Swings and misses for strikeout number 2 of the game, and the side is retired. So no hits, no runs, no errors, and it's still 6-0 Green Giants after 2 innings of play. Top of the third coming up next on WE TV.
I learn by doing. I learn by reacting to a situation. St. Clair puts me directly into my industry. I'm dealing with real patients, real life situations. It's not just theory, it's not book work anymore.
I choose to take control of my future, and my path is St. Clair College. I choose to be here.
Did you know that the most severe injuries in our region are motor vehicle crashes? 65% of road fatalities last year were directly the result of distracted driving. 90% of injuries arriving in our emergency rooms are preventable. Our message to you this summer is, put down the phone. Just drive. Let's work together to keep our trauma stretchers empty.
Welcome back, everyone, to Tecumseh, Ontario. The Green Giants lead 6-0 here in the top of the third. Lots of run insurance for them so far. And right now, having a lot of momentum from both sides in terms of pitching from Moskowitz and in terms of their hitting, although it did slow down in the last inning.
Yeah, but being able to jump off to that early lead is huge. Let your defense go to work right now. Hopefully a couple more hits, couple more runs as the game goes. But right now, let Moskowitz and your defense do the work.
And that means it's time to start things off at the top of the third with the Irish Hills Leprechauns back up at the plate. Christian Faust is up at the plate, the second baseman, followed by Joshua Parks and Noah Suarez. Inside and high for a curve for a ball, 1-0. Faust hitting .231 with 8 RBIs on the campaign. In for a strike, 1-1. And with Moskowitz, he's been able to keep his command in check today.
Oh yeah, throwing lots of strikes, going right at these hitters.
And a quick pitch for strike number 2, low.
1 more strike, they'll 10% off at the
1-2 is the count.
He's getting ahead, making all these hitters work from behind.
Here comes the 1-2. Hit up the middle. Dion chases it down, throws it to Jones at first, gets out number 1 on the 6-3. There's the speed coming into play.
What a play by Dion right there. That's a ball hit right up the middle, uses those wheels, gets the ball, spin, plants, and makes a hard, strong throw to first base in time for the out.
And that brings up the next man in the order, the 9-hitter in Joshua Parks. He's hitting .259 with 10 RBIs. Had one play go by him in right field as part of that 6-run first. That one's inside and low, 1-0. On deck would be Noah Suarez for the top of the lineup. And he calls time with the 1-0. Kevin Johnson, the umpire for today's game.
Moskowitz is working fast out there. Hitter's trying to get his timing and his rhythm off, hopefully mess him up a little bit.
Here he goes again. Inside, but in the dirt this time, 2-0. And on average, he's been throwing pitches within about 15 seconds so far.
Yeah, he just catches the ball, gets back on the rubber, and throws.
Here he goes, 2-0. Timed up to Homer. Bounces right into his glove and gets out number 2 to Jones. And that was a nice play again from Homer on the bounce. That almost bounced up above the glove again.
Yeah, hard hit ball, took a little weird bounce off the dirt right there. Homer was positioned perfectly, able to stick with it and make the play.
And that should be ruled a 4-3 on the ground out. That brings up the top of the order once again in Noah Suarez, who got a strikeout to start off today's ball game. You can see he's 0 for 1 today, now down to 282. Crump and Moskowitz making sure the signs it appears on the mound here in the top of the third with 2 outs. Starts off well with a high strike, 0-1.
Sticking to the outside again here. He kept the ball on the outside the first time through the order. Let's see if he changes it up or stays out there.
Hit to left field, chased down by DeLuke. Should be able, gets the out. So the side is retires on the flyout. And F7 should be the ruling on that one.
Another
No
quick
runs.
inning for Moskowitz right there. Just 3 up, 3 down, throwing lots of strikes, letting his defense work. As a defender, you love when your pitcher's throwing strikes and you get to make plays. Doesn't put you to sleep out there.
And with that, we head back to the bottom of the third now with the Green Giants. Our own Dominic Papa is now standing by, it appears, down by the dugout for the Irish Hills Leprechauns. Dom?
Thanks a lot, guys. Another good crowd assembled here at the Lacoste Park. Another exciting game underway here, and there's a special group of baseball players here tonight, the LaSalle Turtle Club, under the guidance of Ian Mayer. The coach joins us here tonight at the game. A number of his players took part in the opening ceremonies as well. Ian, and certainly glad to have you here.
That was a very nice surprise. We just came to watch the game, and then one thing led to another, and it's been great. Great interactive, very, very fun for the kids for sure.
What's it mean to your young guys? How old are your kids again?
10. They're 10
So
years old.
So
yeah.
what's it mean to them to have a team like this available to watch? And you know, these guys are pretty serious ball players, and they act a lot like the pros.
Absolutely. You know what? For us, it's close to home. Easy for us to get together. We rallied. We just planned our schedule around this one. We planned this. This is the second year in a row that we're doing this. Had a great time last year. This year was even better. Off to a great start with the score too. Yeah. Kids can learn. They don't want to listen to us anymore. They want to see kids and young men who are doing this stuff, and they're like, hey, if that guy's doing it, one day that's what I want to do.
So it's a good break for the coaches, and actually maybe it says, see, the coach can say after tonight, I told you so.
Exactly. We get to wear shorts tonight. We throw our jerseys on, and we let these guys do the teaching for us tonight.
Quickly, tell me about your season, how it's going.
So far, so good. We're 22-8. We've won 2 tournaments, and we're looking forward to OBA's Labor Day weekend.
Good luck with that, Ian. Thanks for doing this with us.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's go back upstairs to Justin and Tristan for the call.
Thank you very much, Dom. Great interview there as Harrison Jones leads things off for the Green Giants in the bottom of the third. Starts off by fouling back to the screen, 0-1 here. 6-0 is the score here in the bottom of the third. And of course, a lot of fans here in the stands, including the LaSalle Titans Turtle Club. The LaSalle Turtle Club Titans, pardon me.
Yeah, great night tonight. Nice sunny night tonight. A lot of fans here enjoying some great baseball coming to the end of the season here.
You can see Jones last time up hit a single. And watches that one for strike 2 on the off speed, 0-2.
A lot different Buter we've seen since the first inning here. Looks like he shaked off the rust, throwing a lot more strikes, going right at the hitters.
So far in the game, 13 batters faced, 6 runs, 6 earned, 2 strikeouts and a walk, but has been much more controlled, as you talked about. In for strike 3, and he's got another strikeout to his totals for the first out.
That's a great pitch right there. Tough pitch as a hitter when he comes in, fastball right in on the hands.
And he's starting to really get into a rhythm in this one. So strikeouts now for DeLuke, along with Cienfuegos, and as well for Jones. That brings up Gavin Homer. Last time up for him, he was hit by a pitch. Up high to start things off, 1-0. If you're just tuning in here on WE TV, it's 6-0 Green Giants here to start off the final week of the regular season, a 5-game homestand in the next 6 days to end off the regular season. Down low on the curve, 2-0. All 6 of those runs came in the bottom of the first inning. And since then, Buter has settled on down. Homer fouls it down the right field line, into the dugout and just wide of it, I should say, for strike 1.
With no hits last inning, Homer's got to look to battle here, hopefully get on base, get the rally back going for the guys right now.
1 out here in the bottom of the third, 2-1 is the count. In for strike 2 on the change. 2-2 is the count. Matthew Arnelia is on deck for the Green Giants. Thought about swinging at that one, but went out of the zone, 3-2.
Good eye by Homer there. That's a great pitcher's pitch, low and outside. Typically gets a hit or a chase, but he held up on that one.
Here comes Buter. Fastball in the dirt and walks him. So a man at first with one out brings up Arnelia.
Number 18, Matthew Cornelia.
Cornelia had a triple in his last at-bat that blew this game wide open. 3 RBIs on that play.
Let's hope he can hit it hard just like he did that first time.
And you can see 1 for 1 now. Up to 18 RBIs with those 3 tonight so far. About a week and a half ago, had a big game with 5 RBIs as well. As there goes Homer. Throw to second. And he's safe for the steal.
Great jump by Homer right there. He was in safe.
And let's look at the replay.
Slides in there safe. That pitch was a bit out too. It was a good pitch for the catcher to throw down on, but with the lead and the jump by Homer, got in there no problem.
And for the Green Giants, that's the 74th steal as a team on the season. 1-0 is the count. Arnelia to shortstop. Just able to make the play with the glove and gets out number 2. And that could have been near disaster. Let's look at the replay here. Look at how close this was.
Smokes that ball right up the middle. Almost hits the umpire, almost hits Homer. Shortstop makes a good play, gets the out, but is able to move Homer over to the third there, and even now a single by Crump here would knock in that run.
And that was Miller on the play for the 6-3. Alex Crump back up at the plate. He had a sacrifice fly last time up. Inside 1-0. And Gavin Homer with that too moved all the way to third base as well.
Yeah, now any type of single he's going to be able to score here. If he was on second still, wasn't able to advance, it might be tough, but now he's going to score on any base hit.
Hits it through the shift past shortstop and third. That brings in the run, and it's 7-0 Green Giants.
Your shortstop from St. Clair College.
And you called it right there with the single.
Great piece of hitting by Crump. That's an inside pitch, gets those hands in, drives that ball through the left side, scores a run.
And with that, that's hit number 6. 7 runs now on the ball game. And that brings up Kevin Dion. Dion had a single last time, as that one's going to be ruled a ball 1-0. His speed really came into play on that last play, as well. 2-0, just misses the zone up high and outside. Big lead by Crump at first. Just at the top of the zone on a delayed call, 2-1.
Tough pitch right there, a bit high, a bit outside. Dion laid off it. It's a good eye. You don't want to swing at that one anyways.
And with Crump, he's got a total of 1 stolen base. Misses the zone, 3-1. On deck would be the top of the order in Carter Mossy. Justin Prince alongside Tristan Boussat here in Tecumseh as Crump fouls it off to make it full. 3-2. And with Buter, we'll have to see what he does here on the payoff pitch.
Runners are going to be moving. He doesn't need to focus on the runner on first base. Just come in and attack the hitter.
Runner goes. Pitch up high as Dion's walked. So the inning stays alive with a man with first and second, and that brings up Carter Mossy. And he tried to collect the top of the zone once again.
Yeah, just missed there. Getting back up to Mossy's big this inning, top of the order, seeing Buter for the 3rd time. Hopefully he can string together a couple 2-out hits here.
For Mossy, he's 0 for 1 today. Had a walk in the first, 6 in the second inning. 7-0 is the score here in Tecumseh. Thought about swinging it, that one up high, but in for a strike 0-1. For Mossy, has a total of 39 hits on the campaign. Just misses down low, 1-1. And Buter's pitch count is rising up now. It's already above 50 pitches, up to 55 now. As you see the stats with Mossy.
55 is a lot of pitches through 3 innings here. Let's see them continue to fight, foul pitches off, and continue to rise that pitch count.
1-2 is the count as that one's fouled back to behind the screen. The balls and strike difference is about 10 pitches, 33 strikes, 23 balls thrown from him tonight. 2 outs, men at first and second here in the bottom of the third. Just clips the top of the zone for strike 3. And the side is retired. 1 man comes in, 1 hit, 2 men left on. The Green Giants, though, now lead 7-0 after 3 innings of play. The middle innings coming up next here on WeTV. Green Giants lead 7-0.
It's new, it's fresh, it's innovative. It's WeTV, Windsor Essex Television, and you can watch it anywhere. www.we-tv.ca is the place to be. If it's sports, entertainment, or community events, WeTV has what you're looking for. The people, places, and faces of our community are front and center on WeTV. Check out www.we-tv.ca for what's being webcast live. WeTV, we got you covered.
A staggering 40% of all majorly injured patients in Windsor, Essex are impaired by alcohol or marijuana. When you go out, it is your responsibility to make plans for a sober ride home. Designate a sober driver, call a taxi, or use public transit. The choice is yours. Drive sober, get home safe. Or the next ride you get might not be taking you home.
Welcome back, everyone, to Tecumseh, Ontario. Green Giants lead 7-0 over the Irish Hills Leprechauns here in the top of the 4th. Justin Prince alongside Tristan Bouchard. And what has been a good outing for Moskowitz with the run insurance, getting through these innings fairly quickly here so far.
Yeah, he's been throwing a lot of strikes, attacking the hitters, and when you have a big lead like we have right now, it's very nice to get your defenders working. They may tend to fall asleep being up big, especially if you're throwing a lot of pitches, but seeing him attack the zone, having them put balls in play, let the defense work, it's looking good tonight.
Here's this for comparison. He's just faced 10 batters, about to base his 11th batter. For his counterpart for today in terms of Buter, today Buter has gone through the order twice already and has already faced 19 batters as we're all set to go here for the top of the 4th inning. It appears we might have a pinch hitter here. Yes, we do. And Zach Freeling into the game now for the Irish Hills Leprechauns with a high pitch above his head to start off the count. And it looks like it might have plunked him too, potentially. He's going to make the walk to first. Let's look at this one.
Yeah, that pitch just got away from Moskowitz right off his head. It's a rude awakening to come into the game, so you never want to see that happen to anybody. Take a pitch off the head.
For Freeling, he came in for Thomas Miller, who had been playing at shortstop. That's going to bring up Gunnar Rainey for the second time, the DH. Up high with the off-speed 1-0. For Rainey, had a 6-3 last time. That's a ground out, of course. 0 for 1. Chop down the third base line, but foul for strike 2. For strike 1, 1-1.
Good pitch there by Moskowitz. Hopefully can find his rhythm again after those first 2 pitches of the inning there.
For Moskowitz, 1 hit so far allowed, 2 strikeouts. It is 11 batters faced with a man now at first with no outs after the hit batsman. Chop towards center, chased down easily though with a running grab by Mossy. Almost got the throw at first as well to try and get out number 2. So 1 out on that play. That was a good running catch.
Great play by Mossy there. He shows the speed now. He showed it on the bases earlier. Now you see it in the outfield. It gets that ball, but might be a gap shot with a bunch of other outfielders. Comes up, strong throw to first place, almost gets the double play at first. Just slides in there safe.
And that's going to bring up the next man in the order watching the pitch in for the off-speed strike in Tommy Pellis. Tommy Pellis had a force out at first last time as there's the throw back to first. Good lead at first. Swings and misses, strike 2. Here's the stat line once again with Pellis, 355 including that 0 for 1. Outside and low, look to be a curve, 1 and 2.
Good mix by Moskowitz right there, trying to get him chased up 0-2.
And from him so far, still underneath 50 pitches, just 43 thrown so far. That was just his 13th ball thrown today. Timed up well though on the 1-2. Into the gap between the left and center fielders. This will move men to second and third on the double. And just able to time that up pretty well there, it appears.
Yeah, it was able to hit the ball, hit it nice, right in the gap between left and center there. Even with the Luke and Mossy speed out there, still able to turn it into a double.
And now men are both at scoring position after that one as well. As Jacob Moskowitz is up at the plate, is going to try and regroup, has Preston Pilot up at the plate. Starts off with a high strike, 0-1. He had a single in his last at-bat. The Leprechauns having their biggest opportunities so far today. Swings and misses on the low curve inside, 0-2.
Great pitch right there by Moskowitz. Hitter's now seeing a fastball and an off-speed pitch, doesn't know what's going to be coming here down 0-2.
Here comes the 0-2. Just misses, try to go back to the same spot, 1-2. Sun starting to set, ballpark starting to cool down here at Burt Lacoste Park. Chop foul above the screen, still 1-2. On deck is Adam Furness. Chop towards Jones at first. Should be an easy play as he gets out number 2, but the run scores. It's 7-1. Also moves the man to third as well.
Great pitch right there by Moskowitz. Has him drive into the ground, little slow roller to first base. When you're up 7-0, you'll take the out and give up the run. That's not a big deal.
And that's going to bring up the next man in the order once again, and Adam Furness. First run allowed by Moskowitz tonight. Last time Furness was up at the plate, had a fielder's choice. He's 0 for 1 officially. Foul back to the screen to start off the count on the high pitch, 0-1. Man at third here with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. 7-1 is the score as the Leprechauns looking to take advantage. In the dirt, 1-1. Inside on the Ball, 2-1. 2-1 is the count. Up high near the face, 3-1.
Moskowitz got to come all the way back. 3-1 in the count. Hopefully a couple of strikes, get a ground ball, and get out of this inning.
Here comes the 3-1. Chop fouled and loaded up to a full count with 2 outs, 3-2. As you've seen there moments ago, sun starting to set behind the trees here at Lacoste Park. Chop to Homer at second. Should be able to make the throw to first. No, it goes underneath Jones's glove. Run comes home to score. Furness will move all the way to second on what should have ended off the inning. Instead, it's 7-2.
You got a great pitch by Moskowitz right here. Gets that ground ball that he's been looking for. Right to Homer. He's got all the time in the world and kind of tries to lob the throw over there and bounces it. Homer's unable to come up with it. Run scores and runner moves to second as the ball rolls into the dugout.
As you can see, just couldn't time it up with the glove to the left of the glove. And that's going to bring up Nick Niebauer once again, the catcher. First error for the Green Giants tonight. Low and inside to start off the count, 1-0.
Let's see how Moskowitz reacts to after that last play. Sometimes it takes a few pitches to get yourself back into it after that.
Niebauer's 0 for 1. On the season, hitting .333 against Moskowitz as that one's way up high, 2-0. Yeah, that one looked way out of control there. See how he regroups on the 2-0. Timed up well, but foul down the right field line for strike 1. 2-1 is the count. Green Giants still hold on to a 5-run lead after an error brought in the second run for the Leprechauns tonight. Taking time here. Kevin Johnson, the one calling time behind the plate. 2-1 is the count with 2 outs. 2 runs scored by the Leprechauns here in the top of the 4th. For the Leprechauns, they were runs 234 and 235 on the season. Swings and misses on the high pitch, 2-2.
Great pitch by Moskowitz right there. It looks like that little bit of time settled him down.
Now question is, where do you go with the 2-2? See if he attacks on the 2-2. Swings and misses on the fastball, strike 3. And the side is retired. So the Green Giants stop the bleeding as the Leprechauns score 2 runs, get a couple hits, and get 1 error, and with that it's 7-2. Let's look now at the next 5 games for the Green Giants, because as we mentioned, very important homestand here, because all of these games are at home. There's this game today, then you have the locals who are coming in for what should be here Thursday, Friday, and then the Sugar Beets come in on the Sunday. So a very crucial swing of games, especially with the locals and the Sugar Beets coming into town. That was the question mark. Playoffs next?
Yeah, with Lima, they're who we're chasing right now for the number 1 seed. Saginaw, obviously, right on our tail in the 3 spot. All these games matter, and then hopefully that is that playoff game come next week, either the playoff game or that first series.
And right now, with the Green Giants in this game, they still hold on to a 5-run lead and are trying to maybe add on to that here with Duluth leading things off, followed by Kuzminski and Cienfuegos. That'll be the 2, 3, 4 hitters in the lineup.
Shortstop for the Leprechauns, number 45.
As we saw last inning there, Irish Hills isn't going to go away. We got to keep getting some hits, keep getting some runs. Can't just let them hang around here.
Yeah, as you've seen in the second inning, Buda really regrouped things. Had a higher pitch count though in the last inning where there was the 1 run scored for the Green Giants. And you can see a lot of fans here tonight, as we discussed a little bit. The LaSalle Turtle Club Titans here tonight. Also, you may see the players in blue. That is the Windsor South's T-ball team. You see a bunch of them set up just to the left of our broadcast booth. Great night for baseball for a lot of fans here, a lot of young fans watching the action for Green Giants baseball.
Yeah, with school out, kids are able to come out now on these weekday nights and catch a game, so it's great to see them all here tonight.
And with that brings up to Luke. Trying to give the kids a lot to cheer for. 0 for 1, hit by a pitch so far today. And that pitch just bounces up to the catcher for 1-0. As we mentioned, a pinch hitter in the last half inning for the Leprechauns. Zach Freeling is now at shortstop, in for Thomas Miller. Chop foul. 1-1 as that bounces off the dugout screen for the Green Giants. One up high, misses on the fastball. 2-1. Last time up for Duluth, it was a strikeout, the first of the game for the man on the mound, and Axel Buder. Hit very well to left field. Looking back as the fielder, up it goes, see ya! Bye-bye baseball! Rodrigo Duluth with the 11th home run of the season for the Green Giants. And that makes it now 8-2.
What a swing there by Duluth. Gets the pitch he likes and absolutely drives to left field.
That's a home itself for the campaign and makes it a 6-run game. Look at this contact here on the replay.
Gets that guy, gets those hands in and just absolutely drives it out to left field. What a swing right there by Duluth.
Yeah, and Suarez knew the second that was hit, it was gone. Pilot tried to chase it down, but that one is hit fairly long for hit number 7. First home run for Duluth of the game, and for the entire game, I should really say. 8-2 is now the score here in the bottom of the fourth, 1-0 count.
Something like that gets momentum back in the Green Giants' favor after giving up a couple runs last inning.
Pitch in the dirt, 2-0. Up at the plate is Gibson Kuzminski, who had a double in this one so far. Also had a fly out to center field. Swings and misses on a hearty cut, 2-1.
Yeah, it looks like Kuzminski was trying to join Duluth with that swing right there.
And Kuzminski does have 2 home runs on the season. The first of his home runs came here. First home run for the Green Giants all campaign back in June. Watches that off speed near the center of the plate, 2-2. Miguel Cienfuegos, the DH, is on deck. Up high fastball, full count, 3-2.
That's gonna, I bet Kaminsky right there. That's a pitch a lot of hitters chase.
And the bullpen, by the way, has settled down for the Leprechauns since you've seen that scene in the second inning. Chop foul into the dugout for the Green Giants. Couple players scrambling as it bounced over the fence that you see on the upper left side of your screen. Still 3-2 regardless, as the players laugh it off. Misses the zone outside and high. And that's going to bring Kuzminski to first base on the walk.
Great at by Kuzminski right there. Get another runner on base with Cienfuegos coming up here.
And now Cienfuegos, who struck out last time, has a single as well in this one. Trying to get his second hit of the game and get a rally going here for the Green Giants once again after the home run from Rodrigo Duluth. inside and very tight, 1-0. And here's the line for Cienfuegos, hitting .293 after the strikeout. Starts off with the off-speed for a strike, 1-1. For Cienfuegos, from Laval, Quebec, plays collegiately for Northwest Florida State College, where he's a sophomore. Half swing maybe there, but either way it's in the zone, 1-2.
Pitch looked a little bit in right there. Cienfuegos didn't agree with that call.
Yeah, that was very tight once again. Here's the 1-2. Has to dance around that one, calls time immediately, 2-2. And for Buter, his pitch count is starting to get really up there. 40 strikes, 31 balls. So that's now 72 pitches here in the bottom fourth. That one's chopped off his foot, foul. That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, those ones always hurt. You foul it off yourself. Gotta walk it out here. Take your time before you get back in the box. Most times those are stingers.
Gonna take a deep breath here. On deck is Harrison Jones. He'll step back into the batter's box. Kuzminski at first after the walk. No outs. Keeps the count alive. 2-2 still. Already 5 pitches for this at-bat. Down low, below the zone, 3-2.
Good eye right there by Cienfuegos battling this at-bat. See what he can do with this full count pitch.
And Cienfuegos, who was an all-star in the past couple weeks for this season, gonna chop this one foul. Just foul past the first base. Get back to the point, he was one of a few all-stars for the Green Giants, along with him, Moskowitz, and as well Brady Dorn, who was shut down prior to the all-star break. Long taking time here. Cienfuegos ready in the box for the 3-2. Has to back away, but it's in for a strike. Gets the first out.
It's a great pitch right there. A little curveball, 3-2 inside on Cienfuegos. Not much you could do. Watch it go by for strike 3.
That's the second time he struck out today. That brings up Jones, who struck out his last time up. Also had a single in the first inning. Jones times this up well. Towards center field, chased down by the fielder. It looks like he might have not been able to get the play as the men move to second and third. And it appears to be it looks like it appears to be a double for Jones.
What a swing by Jones there. That ball is absolutely crushed on the deepest parts of the ballpark. Center fielder makes a play there at the fence, but can't get to it in time, leads the double.
And that's why I had a bit of a hesitation there. I thought at first, to be honest, it was in the glove. Instead, as you've seen, it went just past him, right above the glove. So now both men are in scoring position, and now we have a conference up on the mound. This might be it for Buter potentially here. And as right now, you can see the discussions on the mound right now for Buter. 3 1/3 innings of work, 8 hits, 8 runs, 8 earned with 5 strikeouts and 4 walks. As they are going to the pen, and it appears they are going to go with appears to be, yes it is, Grant Kirsch. But with that, With that, we'll be back in just a few moments. You're watching Green Giants Baseball. 8-2 is the score here in the bottom fourth.
Hi, I'm Luke Wilson of Detroit Lions. For the best local sports programming, make sure to tune in to WeTV.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Tecumseh here on WeTV for Green Giants Baseball. Grant Kirsch is into the game for the 11th time this season out of the bullpen. Has a loss to his credit, also has a save, ERA of 4.38 in 10 1/3 innings of work, 8 walks and 5 strikeouts. As he'll be the one that will be called upon to settle this game down with men in scoring position.
Yeah, he comes in a tough spot here, runners on second and third. He's going to come here and throw strikes, try and get a couple ground balls early.
And it's been an up and down game because at one point, the Leprechauns, they seem to have the pitching settled down with Axel Buter in the second. Then it's been a run in the third, run in the fourth. It's just peaked back up since then. And of course, one of our many sponsors here for we-tv.ca and our broadcast for Green Giants Baseball is Tommy's Barbecue on 999 Erie Street East here in Windsor, Ontario. Be sure to have a reservation today at 519-254-1111, or for more information, go to tommysbarbecue.com. And with that, Gavin Homer's going to come up to the plate, looking to maybe have a juicy play, not just juicy ribs after this game. He's the 5'9", 175-pound player who bats right and throws right. Will try and keep things going here after being hit by a pitch and walked today so far. Up high to start things off, 1-0. And for Kirsch, he's from Youngstown State University, freshman there from Kent, Ohio. Throws right. Homer's going to hit this to left field. Looking back as the fielder as this one's gone. Bye-bye baseball. A 3-1 shot for Gavin Homer blows this game wide open. It's 11-2 Green Giants.
It's another great swing right there by Homer. Sees a pitch he likes and drives that over the left field fence. That puck got out in a hurry.
Let's look at the replay and what is his second home run on the campaign.
Sees a pitch up in the zone, gets his hand around and absolutely smokes that. Left fielder turn around, but gives up on it later because he sees that it's way out.
And Homer hits a homer. It's now 11-2 on the big play. Second home run of the inning. Remember, Rodrigo DeLuke led things off for the home run. That brings up Ernelia, has 3 RBIs for his totals tonight. 1 for 2 with a triple. Watches the off-speed near the middle of the zone, 0-1 to start off. Last time up, he also had a ground out to the shortstop. Swings and misses, 0-2.
Big swing right there by Arnelia. That was a nice pitch by Kirsch.
You can see Kirsch preparing on the mound, 0-2. Sun now settled back behind the trees. Up high, fastball, 1-2. And after allowing a home run, when you come into the game, what does it take for a pitcher to try and regroup in a kind of situation like this?
Takes a couple of pitches, got to be able to throw strikes, get that ball down, get back comfortable with your arm.
Up high, 2-2. Two and two is the count. The Leprechauns came into today with an ERA of 5.54. Drops below the zone, full count, 3-2.
Making Kirsch work early here with his pitch count. Seeing a lot of pitches.
Alex Crump is on deck. Misses the zone up high and outside. And another walk in this inning keeps things going, as that's going to bring up Alex Crump once again. Alex Crump, sacrifice fly and a single so far today for the catcher. For Crump, a Grand Rapids, Michigan native and a collegiate player for Kellogg Community College, he's looking to keep the momentum going. Watches a strike to start off 0-1. Bottom of the fourth here on WeTV. Justin Prince alongside Tristan Bouchat as the Green Giants lead 11-2. Down low in the dirt on the curve, 1-1. For those also tuning in, you missed 2 home runs in the span of a couple at-bats for the Green Giants. Crump watched that one up high, 2-1. The most interesting thing, the Leprechauns hold that bunt. Hit to left field, gonna be at least extra bases. Crump will get to second, Ornelia to third on the 1-out double.
From St. Clair College, number 4.
Let's look at the replay here on this good contact.
Yeah, Crump's bringing the bat well today. Gets those hands in again, just drives that ball down the left field line. Couple nice swings so far off Kirsch. Looks like the guys are timing it up pretty well.
That's all right now, 10 hits as well with 11 runs. That's very efficient, as you can obviously tell. That brings Dion back up to the plate as well, who's got an infield single and a walk today. Misses the zone on what appeared to be off speed, 1-0. And this is another great opportunity for Dion here to try and bring in runs. Dion to right center field. Going to be caught by the center fielder, but deep enough for a sacrifice fly as Ornelia makes it now 12-2 for the second out.
Great piece of hitting right there, Dion, with runners in scoring position and less than 2 outs. You want to get that ball up and knock in the run. That's exactly what he does.
And that's going to bring up the top of the order once again, Carter Mossy. His 4th at-bat already, and we're only in the bottom of the 4th inning in a 12-2 game. He's been walked, grounded out, and struck out so far today. Off speed misses outside, 1-0. You see the stats right there. Up to 18 RBIs on the campaign as well coming into tonight. Just in the zone down low, 1-1. One and one is the count here in Tecumseh, Ontario, here on WeTV. Drops down 2-1. Down low again, 3-1.
Even with this big league, Green Giants hitters being very disciplined at the plate, not swinging at anything they don't like.
Let's see if he gets the green light here, though, on the hitter's count. Crump at second. He goes. Hits it by Pellis at third. This is going to bring in a run. Crump comes home to score as Massey gets a single. It's 13-2. And to this point, the Green Giants are not letting off the gas.
No, not at all. Great swing there by Mossy. Just gets it by the third baseman and try to make a jump and play at it. Able to drive in Crump from second base.
So that continues the conveyor belt with 2 outs. Hit number 11 13 runs now for the Green Giants. As we go back to Rodrigo DeLuke. Pops it up. Should be an infield play. And will retire the side as it's caught by Frilling. But with that, a 6-run inning for the Green Giants. It's 13-2 now after 4 innings of play, pardon me. Top of the 5th coming up next on WeTV.
A staggering 40% of all majorly injured patients in Windsor-Essex are impaired by alcohol or marijuana. When you go out, it is your responsibility to make plans for a sober ride home. Designate a sober driver, call a taxi, or use public transit. The choice is yours. Drive sober, get home safe. Or the next ride you get might not be taking you home.
The job market has changed, and I have to adapt. I'm not just getting theory, I'm getting skills. A degree isn't necessarily a pathway to their career. Being industry ready is. I choose to take control of my future, and my path is St. Clair College. I choose to be here.
Welcome back, everyone, to WeTV for more coverage of Green Giants baseball. Justin Prince alongside Tristan Bouchat as we're entering the top of the 5th inning. It's 13-2 after 2 home runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. There is now a total of 12 on the campaign for the Green Giants. They came into tonight tied for 13th in the league for home runs with just 10.
Yeah, that was a big inning for them. They were able to get the bat on the ball, hit a couple balls out. Not only the home run, just be able to drive the ball over the field that inning, get some more insurance runs, get the rhythm back and the momentum back.
And we start things off with a ball. 1-0 is the count as the Leprechauns try and get a few runs together. Christian Faust will lead things off. Swings and misses, 1-1.
Nice to see Moskowitz dive in with the strike there early. A long inning like that for the pitcher staying down, sometimes it can throw you out of your rhythm a little bit.
Working quickly as that one's up high, 2-1. Christian Faust once again up at the plate. He's 0 for 1 officially. Below him in the order is Joshua Parks as that one's fouled down the right field line. That's going to be strike 2. So it's going to be Faust, Parks, and then the top of the order is Suarez. Quick 2-2, hit to Krasminski, but bounces off of him. This is going to be at least a single, it appears, an infield single. And now there's a man at first. That took a very awkward bounce. Look at this replay.
Looks like it was a little in-between hop there on Krasminski. Kind of got him tied up, wasn't sure to come and get it or stay back on it. Ended up bouncing off of him and letting him get on base there.
And it looks like they've officially ruled it as an error, the second of the game for the Green Giants. That brings up Parks. Grounded out the last time for 4-3. Shuffles inside, but the strike is there, 0-1. Today, the strike zone seems to be very tight inside on some pitches today.
Yeah, so far hasn't been calling too much on the inside corner. Moskowitz is working away earlier. Maybe that added to it.
And that one's going to be a throwback. 0-1 still the count. Beautiful night for baseball in Tecumseh on this Tuesday evening. As that one's curved into the dirt, 1-1. Man at first, 1-1 is the count. Chop foul over the screen down the line. Rolls into the street, 1-2. And the Leprechauns today have just 2 hits to their totals today. 2.
For a team that's coming in one of the highest batting averages in the league, they're not swinging it as well today. Moskowitz keeping him off balance, throwing well so far.
This one should be playable. Chased down by the left fielder and the shortstop. Dion makes the catch for out number 1. Couple players chased on that one.
Big swing there, but pops it up towards left field. DeYoung's able to camp under that one, no problem. Lots of time to make the play.
And that's the first out of the inning, brings the top of the order up to Suarez. Noah Suarez 0 for 2 officially today with a strikeout and a flyout. In for a strike, 0-1. For Suarez, he's from Newton Falls, Ohio, plays collegiately for Salem International University for the right-handed batter and thrower. Curveball just misses the top of the zone, 1-1. 1-1 is the count with one out and one man on, so one's all over the place. Times it up well to center field. Chased down by Mossy, not deep enough for a tag, as that's going to be out number 2.
Just another example of Mossy's speed right there. Ball's hit pretty well to right center, and Mossy tracks it down, no problem.
And with that, that's the second out. Brings up for the second time today, and Freeling, who was hit by a pitch off the helmet last time. Kuzminski gets it at third, throws it to Jones at first, and the side is retired. So one man left on after an error, and with it, it's still 13-2 after this chopper to third.
Little easier play for Kreminski this time. Gets a nice big hop right to him. Able to make the strong throw from deep at third to get that third out.
And with that, the Green Giants, who are still up 13-2, have a chance to maybe add on some more offense here after bouncing for 2 home runs. One of those coming against Grant Kirsch. Of course, this series continues off tomorrow evening here on WeTV. As you can see, on July 25th, it'll be the Green Giants once again taking on the Leprechauns. And again, a crucial game for the standings. Opening pitch will be at about 7 p.m. Eastern Time on we-tv.ca. And with that, of course, lots of fans here in attendance tonight watching a big game from the Green Giants that could, depending on how things lie, be for the locals tonight, could at the top of the standings, Tristan.
Yeah, this is a big game right now for the Green Giants in the standings. If we're able to hold on with this win, depending on what happens with Lima, could put us in the first seed going forward for the rest of the season.
And as you can see, everyone watching what has been a dominant hitting performance for the Green Giants. Just no other words to put this, because at one point the Green Giants did have a stretch earlier this month of about 24 runs in the span of a couple games. We're already approaching near that in one game. The most runs scored in a while has been a 19-12 victory that was on Friday, July the 13th against the Richmond Jazz. This is the highest amount of runs scored since then. But with that, it's time to start off the inning once again. Back up at the plate is Gibson Kuzminski. Cienfuegos and Jones will follow him in the order. And Kuzminski, one fly out, a double, and a walk today. Starts off with a strike, 0-1.
Green Giants players had some solid swings off Kirsch last inning once he came into the game. Hopefully they continue this inning. Get contact, hit the ball hard.
And for Kirsch, in that last inning, as that one rolls in the dirt, 1-1. Had 2/3 innings work, 3 hits, 3 earned. Those 3 runs coming up and then a walk. Up high, 2-1. 2-1 is the count. You see the stat line now at 287, the batting average. He also has 2 home runs on the campaign. Chops that one foul as it bounces over the fence. And some of the Windsor South T-ball players will chase that one down by the bullpen. Them and a couple of LaSalle Turtle Club Titans players ended up having a battle alongside the right field bullpen. Chop down the first base line. Should be an easy play for out number 1.
Yeah, Krasminski pulled that one right down the line, right towards the first baseman who's able to stab it and make the play.
And you
takes it himself right there for the out. Lots of time.
And gets the put out on his own in Furness. That was Furness, pardon me. Cienfuegos was up at the plate once again meanwhile. Trying to avoid the hat trick after striking out in his past 2 at-bats after getting a single in the first. Delayed call for the high strike, 0-1. And Kerr seems to be regrouping here after the rough start to the ball game.
Yeah, it looks like he's found his rhythm so far. A lot more strikes this inning going right at the hitters.
0-2 now with the strike. But he's really been able to hit the zone much more efficiently after before a lot of pitches up near the middle.
Oh yeah, this inning he's hitting his spots a lot better than he was earlier, making it a lot tougher on the Green Giants hitters.
Pitch 26 coming. Just missed the top of the zone on the off-speed, 1-2. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Green Giants lead by 11. Pops it up. Might be playable. Instead, Niebauer can't get to it as it bounces off the roof. It's still 1-2. And a lot of fans laughing it off as they heard the big boom above our broadcast booth. Misses. And with that, he's got the hat trick, his 3rd strikeout of the game, and brings up now Harrison Jones.
Yeah, tough pitch there, high outside. Probably a ball, but Cienfuegos chased. Hopefully he can go back to the dugout, regroup before his next at-bat.
Someone that's been doing really well, though, after getting a strikeout after Cienfuegos in his second at-bat. He's 2 for 3. Harrison Jones with a single and a double in his last at-bat. Swings and misses on the hardy cut, 0-1.
Yeah, Jones seeing the ball well today. He's someone with some power in his back and drive the ball all over the field.
Here comes the 0-1. Outside on the fastball, 1-1. Jones has a total of 31 hits on the season and 6 doubles. Also 3 home runs, as you've seen on the stat line. Swings and misses again, 1-2. And both times, pitch was higher up than he expected.
Yeah, it looks like Kirsch is getting in a groove right now, throwing lots of strikes, getting the Green Giants hitters to chase.
Goes back to it as Jones swings and misses, and the side is retired. No hits, no runs, no errors. And with that, it's still 13-2 Green Giants after 5. We'll be back in just a few moments for the top of the 6th from Tecumseh, Ontario, right after this.
Windsor started a tradition way back of giving us great barbecue north of the border, and you can taste that tradition when you come to Tommy's Barbecue. Dive into Tommy's rotisserie-style ribs and chicken, along with the crinkle-cut fries, coleslaw, and the original hot and sweet sauces. Plus all those amazing desserts like Black Forest cake and strawberry cheesecake. Taste the tradition and so much more at Tommy's Barbecue, 999 Erie Street East. See you there, Windsor.
I am Nadia Comuneci. For the best in local programming, watch WeTV.
Welcome back once again to Tecumseh, Ontario. The Green Giants continue to lead in what has been a dominant hitting performance for them. 13-2 is the score, and it helps, though, too, when you have Jacob Moskowitz, the league leader, coming into tonight in ERA, putting on a gem. 2 runs allowed, 2 hits.
Yeah, Moskowitz has been keeping up what he's been doing all season. Throwing strikes, keeping the ball low, letting his defense go to work. Another great performance out of him so far tonight. Hopefully he can keep it up here down the stretch.
Justin Prince alongside Tristan Bouchat here for tonight's coverage on WeTV. As we're about to get things going for the top of the sixth, the Irish Hills Leprechauns needed today to get a victory to keep up with the standings, especially with the Sugar Beets getting a win in the 3 spot in the standings right now. As we're underway here for the sixth. Gunnar Rainey's going to start this off by hitting this towards right field for out number 1.
Looks like Irish Hills players are trying to change it up a little bit right now. They've been taking that first pitch most of the game so far, but being down 11 runs here, going at a different game plan, swinging at the first pitch.
Looks like both of us had the same thought. Apologies there for talking over you for a split second. But now Tommy Pellis is up at the plate either way. Tommy Pellis has a double in this one. Also has a force out by the first baseman in Jones. Starts off 1-0. Here comes the heat. Just misses down low and outside, 2-0. Here's the stat line for Pellis with the double. Bumped up his average back to 361. Fouls it back towards the top of the screen. It's now 2-1. Top of the sixth with no outs. Leprechauns down by 11. Chop to Krasminski at third. Should be playable. Did he get the throw in time? Yes, he did. And a close bang play with Jones at first for out number 2.
Hard hit ball there. Kept Krasminski back at third base. Had to make that strong throw across the field in order to get him in time. Just barely gets him. Jones with a big stretch there. Stay on the base, get the out.
And that brings up Preston Pilot. Inside and low in the dirt to start off 1-0. That's now 2 outs already in the top of the sixth. 1 for 2 with an RBI. 2-0 is the count. 2-0 count now for Pilot. Chop to Homer at second. Here's the throw to Jones and gets him. So a very quick 1-2-3 inning and the side is retired. No hits, no runs, no errors, a fly out, a force out, a close bang play from third to first, and a play from second to first. As we head now we head to our own Dominic Papa down next to the dugout for the Green Giants. Dom?
Yeah, that's good. Thanks a lot, guys, down here at field level. Of course, the Green Giants putting on a hitting display here tonight, and Chico Labute, the GM of the team, boy, the hits, the power tonight, Chico. Have you seen this yet this season?
Yeah, we've had a lot of times we're streaky. We go 3-4 games, and all of a sudden we're hitting like crazy. And last couple nights we haven't had much hitting. So it comes and goes. When it's here, you accept it.
What an important week for the Green Giants, Chico. Starting, it started on Sunday with the 2 wins against Xenia, but you have 5 games remaining. We've got Lima in here on Thursday and Friday. You got Saginaw on Sunday. All very meaningful games and playoff implications. How did you and Coach Cooper prepare the guys for this?
We have to, same way we prepare every day. You got to attack it. You come to the ballpark every day, just like it's a new game. The good news is Lima's losing right now, so their loss, if we win tonight, we're going to take over first place and no looking back.
I guess it comes down to the arms, the pitching staff. You've been good there. We got Moskowitz going tonight. Has the schedule been taken into consideration with that?
We've lined them all up. Everybody's ready to go. We've got our rotation in set. We're pretty happy.
All right. We're happy right now, too. Keep it going.
Keep it going. Thanks.
Chico Labute, the GM of the Green Giants. Let's go back upstairs to the broadcast booth.
Thank you very much, Tom. As players having a little bit of fun during the interview, as you might have noticed, just at the bottom of this frame. Everyone trying to have a little bit of fun with their general manager and Bernie Chico Labute there. But either way, it's time to start off the bottom of the inning. Justin Prince alongside Tristan Bouchet. As it starts off with a strike in the zone on the curve, 0-1. Starting off with Gavin Homer, followed by Matthew Arnelia and Alex Crump. Gavin Homer hit by a pitch, has a walk, a stolen base, a home run, and 3 RBIs. As that's a ball.
Kirsch looks like he's attacking the zone just like he did last inning. He had that little hiccup there when he came in out of the bullpen, but he's been throwing strikes and going right at the hitters ever since.
Here comes the 1-1. Hit foul, not playable as it's hit to into the right field area. Bounces off the clubhouse. It's 1-2. One-two count. And as Chico Labute said, the bats have come alive tonight.
This is nice to see coming down the stretch here, getting the bats going. Guys seeing the ball well.
Hit to third base. Pellis with the throw to first. Able to get him quickly for out number 1.
Gotta love the hustle by Homer there. Even a 13-2 game, he's running out as hard as he can.
Look at the replay on this too.
Nice ground ball to third base, makes the throw, but like I said, hustles it out. You can see a lot of guys just take their time down the line in a game like this, but to see the hustle is nice. It's a great sign.
Yeah, and you've seen that hustle at the end of the replay there too, where he was trying to leap to the first base to try and to get safe. But either way, out 1 on the ground ball. Ornelia up at the plate now for the Green Giants. Sun has set completely here in Tecumseh. Up high, 1-0. But a full evening. Partly cloudy skies, cooling off from what was 79 degrees Fahrenheit prior to opening pitch tonight. In the zone on the delayed call, 1-1. 1-1 is the count. Chop foul, just misses Crump in the on deck circle. 1-2.
Bit of a weird swing there by Arnelia. It looks like it fooled him a little bit.
You see his stat line again. Also a big one. 1 for 2 with the triple, a walk, and 3 RBIs. So him and Homer have been very busy, as you can see. Foul back to the screen, still 1-2. And it looks like the Leprechauns might stick with him right now, the man on the mound in Curse. No one is up in the bullpen for Irish Hills right now. Good contact here, but playable. To Pilot in center, and that's going to be a flyout for out number 2.
Big swing right there by Arnelia. Just a fly ball at dead center field. Looks like he just missed it a little bit. Easy play there for center fielder.
And that brings up the catcher once again of Alex Crump. Has a sacrifice fly, a single, and a double in this one. So also a very busy day by far for Crump today. And this was a team that was hitting .269 coming into today as a group. In the dirt to start off 1-0. Here's that stat line. 2 RBIs in total. 1 on the sacrifice, 1 on one of the bigger plays. I believe it was the double early on. Chopped down the line. Off the fence down the left field, 1-1. 1-1 is the count here in Tecumseh. It looks like Kirsch is going to just step off for a second and regroup. Here comes the 1-1. Chop foul back to the screen, 1-2. I was going to say with Crump, a lot of times this season he seems to foul pitches back and up high or down the right field line when he does foul them off.
Yeah, he battles in there. Every time he's behind the count, he's always working the count, fouling a lot of balls off, making the pitcher work, looking for his pitch.
Here's the 1-2. This one will be a pop-up, chased down by the pitcher in Kirsch, and the side is quickly retired. No hits, no runs, no errors, and through 6 innings, it's still 13-2. We'll have the bottom 3 innings right after this here on WeTV.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Baron Championship rings. This is who we are.
I learn by doing. I learn by reacting to a situation. St. Clair puts me directly into my industry. I'm dealing with real patients, real life situations. It's not just theory. It's not book work anymore.
I choose to take control of my future and my path to St. Clair College. I choose to be here.
Perfect.
Welcome back again to Tecumseh, Ontario, here for more coverage of Green Giants baseball. Green Giants still up 13-2 in what has been a great game if you're a fan of offense for St. Clair in the GLSCL. Irish Hills Leprechauns still trying to close up a big deficit. Justin Prince alongside Tristan Bouchat, thank you very much once again for joining us in the broadcast booth for today's coverage. And what has been a great performance for a lot of players and a great performance from you.
Thank you. I have fun out here. I love watching baseball, love being around the guys. It's a great time to be out here.
It's now the top of the 6th. Jacob Moskowitz has been near cruising for much of this game other than the 2 runs, 1 earned that happened in the 4th inning. And now Irish Hills, as they get set to lead things off, look to regroup, starting with Adam Furness. Starts off by fouling it back above the screen, 0-1. It's going to be him, Niebauer, and Christian Faust who are going to lead things off here. So the 6, 7, 8 batters. Quick pitch for strike 2 inside, 0-2.
Moskowitz is diving in here even in the 7th inning, still going strong, hitting the strike zone early, getting ahead of the batters.
Inside and drop low, 1-2. And he just hit 80 pitches with this at-bat too. Chop to Jones at first. Here's the throw to Moskowitz for out number 1. And he's still cruising Moskowitz at this point. His command is on par today.
Yeah, he's hitting his spots all over with all his pitches, it looks like, too. Fastball, off speed, everything. Nice chopper there. Jones. Moskowitz gets over in time for the quick and easy play.
Should be scored a 3-1 for the ground out, as that's going to bring up Niebauer, the catcher, once again. He's 0 for 2 officially today, 13 of 53 on the year. Still looking for his first hit today. Watches that one 1-0. In the last series, he did get a couple hits up high, once again 2-0. As mentioned before, he hit .333 against Moskowitz the last time he made a start against Irish Hills. Delayed call on the low inside strike, 2-1. 2-1 inside for an error strike, 2-2. And those tight inside pitches continue. Chop towards the outfield as Massey able to make the catch. But either way, looks to be out number 2.
Moskowitz's control is great. That he's able to go inside, outside, just how whenever he wants.
Yeah, you see a line shot that seemed to just die.
Yeah, Mossy looks like he almost overran it a little bit there. Had to make a bit of a leap at the end to make the catch.
Now with the plate is Faust. And he has to really back off on the 1-0. Now 1-0. Green Giants in command, 13-2. Just misses the zone up high, 2-0. Despite the 2 errors today, though, the Green Giants have made a lot of good defensive plays. Here's the 2-0. Misses, 3-0.
Quick little fumbles in there, but besides that, they've been near perfect. It's great effort behind them, behind Moskowitz today.
Faust has not been that same total in terms of hitting 0 for 2. And that's going to be a walk with 2 outs. So Faust will make the walk, just the first walk of the game allowed by Moskowitz. That's going to bring up Joshua Parks. Still no men up in the bullpen with a very cushiony lead. Lots of run insurance.
Yeah, Moskowitz has still got a good pitch count so far. I'm sure they're going to let him ride a few more pitches before they get anyone up in the pen.
And once again, that's going to bring up Joshua Parks. Parks today's also had a very quiet day. Just his second at bat, no hits today. Really times it up well, but right to right field. Drops between the right fielder and center. Men are now going to be at the corners with a 2-out single. Look at this. Great location.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough little play right there. Right in no man's land between second base, center field, and even right field is in there. Not much you could do with that one. All the guys were hustling hard, just managed to fall in.
And that's just the 3rd hit allowed today. For the Leprechauns now have the 3rd hit of the game, men at the corners with 2 outs. Pitch inside for a ball, 1-0 as we're now at the top of the order. Noah Suarez back up at the plate. Left fielder looking to try and start up a rally late. Hits this one to the same area, but playable this time. Caught in right by Arnelia, and the side is retired. 2 men left on, 1 hit, 1 walk, and it's now 13-2 heading to the 7th inning stretch here on WeTV. Of course, a lot of action across the season, across the league, I should say, coming into tonight. As you've seen before, Saginaw won 7-6 over Richmond. Then there's the big ones. There's 6 other games in the league tonight. Licking County's giving a licking to Cincinnati, 8-2 in the top of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th for Southern Ohio, they're up over Galleon, 4-2. And then there's the big side here for the other games that are in the other 3 you're about to see here for this beautiful Tuesday night of action, because they involve some of the division rivals. One of them, of course, being the locals. And you see now exactly what I'm talking about. Grand Lake, they're down to Lake Erie 6-7, but look at the one in the middle. Muskegon 10-3 over the locals in the top of the 7th. Hamilton's up over Xenia 5-4, but that middle one for the 5th game in terms of the 6th we show with the 7th inning stretch, huge for the Green Giants with the way things are going tonight.
That's big. With Lima losing us winning right now, if both games were to end, it would put us up in 1st place. Making that series against Lima at the end of the week huge. It's going to be a battle for 1st place when they come into town.
And here's how important the 1st place standings are here for both divisions. In the Northern Division standings, you've seen before, very close. The top team ends up getting basically a bye to the playoff round, as they call it here for the league. The 2nd and 3rd place teams in the standings have a play-in game on Tuesday, July 31st. 2nd place would host the game. 3rd place would be on the road. Whoever wins that game would end up hosting one of the 3 games for the playoff part for a 3-game series, and before heading to for this year's finals for the championship series. That is how crucial it is and very tight is with the standings. Dion will lead things off meanwhile. It's Dion, Mossy, DeLuke to lead things off here in the bottom of 7. Justin Prince alongside Tristan Bouchat. Starts down low inside 1-0. And Tristan, with the way the score is, how long will it be until you bring some players off the bench maybe? Get them some extra at-bats?
I think you might see some new defensive players going in the next inning here. Coach Cooper will probably try and get some guys one more at-bat before making some substitutions. Want to get everybody in, keep everybody fresh before this stretch and playoffs come down to the line.
1-1 is the count after the foul ball down the left field side. Dion towards center. It's in for a single. And how about that to start off the inning? Hit number 12 for the Green Giants.
Looked like a good pitch from Kirsch right there. Gets in on Dion. Not much he can do with it, but just drops a single in the center field there. Great piece of hitting on a tough pitch.
There is now a man up in the bullpen for the Leprechauns. Remember, Kirsch came in the top of the bottom of the fourth, pardon me. Worked 2/3 innings that time. Starts off with a low pitch. This is going to be a ball 1-0. Of course, Carter Massey leading things off again for the order today. Back to the top of the order. Down low, 2-0. But Dion, he might be thinking steal.
Yeah, if the score wasn't 13-2, I think he'd be going here, especially with that speed, but trying to show a little bit of respect to the other team. Might hold on here.
Still a decent lead. In for a higher up strike, 2-1 on the fastball. Mossy 1 for 3 with a single, also walked. Hit down the right field line, should be playable by Parks. Gets out number 1. So that's going to be ruled a fly out there right to right field.
Mossy takes that outside pitch and tries to go the other way with it. Just gets a bit under it, and it's an easy fly ball for the right fielder.
And now that brings up Rodrigo DeLuke. Last time up, he hit a big home run, a solo shot towards left center. Hits another one far, but foul down the left field line and off to the street.
DeLuke seeing the ball well today. He's hitting balls hard, right on top of it.
Dion still at first. 13-2, still the score for the Green Giants. He's 1 for 3, also been hit by a pitch today. Up high, 1-1. Timed up well, but right to second base to first. And Faust able to make the catch, pardon me, for out number 2.
Looks like DeLuke just missed it right there. Hits that ball right up the middle. It's not as hard as he would have liked it to be. Nice play by the second baseman to track it down and get to it.
Gibson Krusminski is up at the plate now. He's also had a decent day. He has 1 hit to his totals, a run, an RBI, and a walk. That hit was a double. Late delayed call, but up high in the zone, 0-1. And Kirsch continues to throw here. Already about 50 pitches out of the bullpen. Inside, but in for a strike, 0-2. Just misses 1-2.
Good pitch there by Kirsch. That's a pitcher's pitch, high and outside, trying to get Kraminski to chase. He just held off on that one.
Remember, the Irish Hills Leprechauns do have a right-hander in the bullpen right now warming up. Just misses the bottom corner, 2-2. The man practicing in the bullpen is mixing up his throws at the moment between off-speed curves with huge lobs and fastballs. And Krasminski keeps the count alive. Still 2, now 2-2. 2-2 is the count. Dion still at first with 2 outs. And high pitched, full count, 3-2.
Full count here, so Dion will be moving. Pitcher's just got to focus on the hitter, not worry about the runner.
Miguel Cienfuegos would be on deck. Keeps the count alive, fouls it up high above the screen. Still 3-2. This might be the last at bat too for Kurse to be facing today for the Leprechauns.
Yeah, his pitch count's slowly starting to get up there. Can't see him going too much longer tonight.
Here's the 3-2. Fouled again to the screen, still 3-2. And the pitch count, I should say, continues to grow. 15 batters faced, 38 strikes, 25 balls. As mentioned, that is now way above 50-plus pitches. Up above 60, in fact. Swings and misses for strike 3. And with that, the side's retired. 1 man left on, 1 hit. And with that, it's still 13-2 Green Giants here on WeTV. You're watching Great Lakes Summer Collegiate Baseball League action here from Tecumseh, Ontario.
Did you know that the most severe injuries in our region are motor vehicle crashes? 65% of road fatalities last year were directly the result of distracted driving. 90% of injuries arriving in our emergency rooms are preventable. Our message to you this summer is, put down the phone. Just drive. Let's work together to keep our trauma stretchers empty.
Well, welcome back here, everyone, to WeTV for more coverage of Green Giants baseball. We have a pitching change after a very efficient start from Moskowitz today. Garrett Nicholson is now into the game for the Green Giants after what was a great performance from Jacob Moskowitz.
Yeah, another great start by Moskowitz today. Lots of strikes, kept his ball down, let the defense work. Nicholson comes in, looks to mirror that performance, throws some strikes. Continue this good outing for the Green Giants tonight.
We're heading to the top of the 8th inning here on we-tv.ca. Here's the stats for Nicholson. 8 games appeared in. He's made 5 starts on the year. He's 0 for 2 record, though, with an 8.76 ERA, 24 2/3 innings of work, 28 walks, 9 strikeouts. Not a great ratio, I have to say, with Nicholson.
Yeah, that's one thing he's got to be looking to work on when he comes out of the pen here in a game like this. Throw some strikes, get away from those walks.
And for Moskowitz, he had 7 innings of work, 3 hits, 2 runs allowed, 1 earned, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. And he's got an 11-run cushion for Nicholson to work with here for the final 2 innings. Pinch hitter to start off the inning. Pardon me. Yeah, it is a pinch hitter, it appears. I don't know what I'm talking about here. It's Zach Freeling who's up at the plate once again, who did pinch hit earlier is what I think I'm trying to say here, and has been playing shortstop ever since. Starts off with a ball, 1-0. For the Green Giants, they have a lot of runs to work with. That's the main positive in case Nicholson gets in trouble, as that one's down low for another ball, 2-0.
Yeah, with a lead like this, if you're Nicholson, you just want to come in, throw some strikes, get that ball across the plate. Work on your stuff here, work on your mechanics, feel it all out, hopefully get your success back going.
Chops it foul to the screen, 2-1. Two and 1 is the count. Nicholson sees this one hit above the first baseman down the right field line. Chased down by Arnelia. This is going to be at least a double. And a sliding double as Freeling able to come to second to start off the top of the 8th.
It's new.
Good piece of hitting right there. Drives it right over Jones's head and over at first base, right down the right field line. Ornelia gets to it quick though and makes somewhat of a close play over there at second.
And that's allowed hit number 34 from Nicholson on the season. That brings up the next man in the order, Gunnar Rainey, the DH. In the zone in the lower part, 0-1. For Rainey, he's 0 for 3 today. He came into today 11th in batting average, as we talked about a little bit. In fact, the Leprechauns came in with the 9th, 11th, and 13th batters as this one's fouled away. 0-2. 0-2 is the count. Man at second after the leadoff double with no outs here on the top of the 8th. Bounces in the dirt, 1-2.
Good mix by Nicholson right there, trying to see if he can get him to chase something low.
Last time Nicholson appeared into a game was against the Clippers on July 19th for just a third of an inning. Allowed 4 earned runs. That one drops below the table, 2-2. On deck would be Tommy Pellis. Rainey times it up well to center field. This one is made in the center field for out number 2. Keeps the man at second. Out number 1, pardon me. And that's going to be a fly out.
Good pitch right there by Nicholson, low in the zone. Not much the hitter could do with it except for fly out to Mossy there in center field.
And that brings up Pellis. Pellis, he's 1 for 3 with a double today. Looking to bring in just the 3rd run of the game for the Leprechauns. Off speed down low, 1-0. One and 0 is the count here on the top of the 8th here on WeTV. Up high again, 2-0. Pellis to left field. Going back is to Luke. He'll make the catch. There's the tag for the man at second. As now a man's just 90 feet away from scoring, but with 2 outs now.
Good pitch by Nicholson there. Gets that fly out to left field, 2 outs. I know it was a sac fly and runner moves to third, but in a game like this, you don't need to worry about the runner moving to third. You just got to get the batter here.
Now here in the top of the 8th inning, Nicholson looking to get towards just 4 batters away from a Green Giants victory. Drops down low, 1-0. Up at the plate is Preston Pilot. He's 1 for 3 with a single with an RBI. Up high, 2-0. For Pilot plays collegiately for Northern Kentucky University from Rochester Hills, Michigan. Down low, 3-0. Nicholson has to get a strike here, I believe, here, Tristan.
Yeah, 3-0. You don't think he's going to be swinging. Pick a corner here, go right at him.
And it looks like he got that corner, 3-1.
See if he can duplicate with it. This pitch right here. That's a nice pitch on the inside corner.
Here comes the 3-1. Down low, swings and misses, full count.
2 nice pitches in a row there by Nicholson. One more gets us out of the inning.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Swings and misses, strike 3. And the side is retired.
Great battle up there by Nicholson after falling behind 3-0, coming back with 3 straight nice pitches to get the out.
1 hit, no runs, 1 man left on as we head towards the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the next games coming up on the schedule once again. Tomorrow, it's the Leprechauns again for Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Then the Locals, who were currently down big, as you see with the 7th inning stretch, 7th inning stretch stats. They could have a crucial series there that we were talking about a little bit. Then the Sugar Beets round things off, because depending on how things shake up with tomorrow's game too, it's going to be potentially a big series Thursday, Friday.
Oh yeah, with Lima coming into town, those are huge games, but we can't forget about Saginaw either on Sunday. Obviously right now they're the 3 seed. Depending on what happens going in, there could be a battle with Saginaw for those first, second, third seeds coming in.
And you never know how things are going to shake out, because that series Thursday, Friday might potentially determine how things go with the top seed for the playoffs.
Exactly. If we're able to take a couple games from Lima, that might secure the number 1 seed for us. But if for some reason it goes the other way, then that game against Saginaw on Sunday becomes a huge game.
And with that, let's go to the game here itself in the bottom of the 8th inning. Green Giants quickly getting through as the pitching changes on the mound. And it looks like they have moved Preston Pilot to the mound. He has had pitching appearances so far this season, and now he'll be the 3rd pitcher for the Leprechauns tonight, trying to save an arm from the bullpen for potentially tomorrow. You can see him working on here. This is just the 2nd appearance of the year. He had an ERA of 9 with 1 inning pitched, 3 walks. And that was in the only appearance he's had on the entire season so far. We've seen him hit today. Now we get to see what he can do pitching in a crucial moment.
Somebody who's not necessarily a pitcher. Green Giants hitters should be coming up to the plate here, taking some pitches. See a strike before they go after him.
Throws left, 215 pounds for him, 6'4", as we head to the bottom of the inning, the bottom of the 8th inning. That game he appeared in was a 15-3 loss in mid-June to the Mariners, where he allowed just 1 earned run in that 1 inning with the 3 walks you've seen there. So he's going to be the one being counted on here. Also, a new pinch fielder coming into the game at first base with the change on the mound. Max Mahon is coming in now. The right-hand 6'2", 255-pound left first baseman will come in here. With that, it's going to be Miguel Cienfuegos leading things off here, who has a hat trick in strikeouts today.
Cienfuegos is swinging a pretty good bat so far this year. Hopefully he can forget about those last few at-bats from this game. Come up, clear mind, swing the bat.
Justin Prince alongside Tristan Bouchard here as we're just about set to go. Been a lengthy warm-up there. Remember, Pilot was coming from center field to be able to come to the mound. So making that adjustment here. Miguel Cienfuegos up at the plate. Has a hat trick in strikeouts today. As the first pitch does not go well, it goes all the way to the backstop. 1-0. He's 1 for 4 with a single, because he also got that single in the first in what was a huge start to this one. Down low again on the curve. 2-0. 2-0 is the count. Green Giants got 6 runs in the first and the 4th innings. Bounces back with a strike, 2-1. And again rolls to the backstop, 3-1.
This is something you kind of expect to see after bringing a position player to be a pitcher. It's going to take him a few pitches, maybe a few batters to start finding the zone consistently.
I mean, we've seen some players make that transition well. With 1.1 series against the Clippers, I believe it was Dunn who did it. Look at this, though. Cienfuegos to right center. But caught on the warning track. That thing was almost gone.
Great swing right there by Cienfuegos. Put a charge into that ball. Unfortunately, just hit it to a deep part of the park, and the center fielder was able to track it
A
down.
staggering 40% of all
Yeah, we'll
major
quickly
league
look at the
injuries-
replay. Look how close this was.
Deep to right field, right on that warning track.
Yeah,
Great play by the center fielder to track that ball down.
And that's the deepest part of the ballpark, all the way towards right center, as that brings up Harrison Jones. Starts off with a strike, 0-1. Jones 2 for 4 with a single and a double today. Gavin Homer's on deck. Jones down the left field line, going to be chased down and caught. So Suarez makes out number 2 happen on the flyout.
That ball just seemed to hang up in the air for a while there. That left fielder took him a while to get there, but he got there, made the play.
And right now heading towards the potentially the last at bat for the Green Giants with this huge lead, 13-2. Gavin Homer's up at the plate now. Looks like they're going to have William Kleffner on deck, potentially coming in for Alex Crump after Matthew Arnelia. Kleffner setting up with his equipment along in the dugout for the Green Giants. Focus those shifts towards Homer. Homer to left field. This will be a base hit. Play made by Suarez to keep it from rolling away, and the inning stays alive with hit number 13 today.
Homer wasn't waiting around to see this pitcher for the first time. First pitch is right there, likes it, and drives a single to left field.
And that's going to bring up Arnelia. Matthew Arnelia looking to keep this inning alive potentially. William Kleffner is now in the on-deck circle. Swings and misses on the low pitch, 0-1's the count. 13-2 still the score. 1 for 3 today is Arnelia with a triple, a walk, and 3 RBIs. Also has some pop to his power. High pitch on the fastball, 0-2. Green Giants with a man at first as Pilot's going to step off. Today's been a great day for them today. Lots of hits. Chop towards the first base coach, who makes a great play. Still 0-2. Green Giants have had a lot of hits, as mentioned. A lot of times being walked on. A couple hit batsmen today. Things have just not worked the way for the Leprechauns in game 1 of this 2-game set. Up high, 1-2 on the fastball.
Good eye by Arnelia right there. It's a good 0-2 pitch, up and out. A lot of times you get the hitters to chase on things like that, but stayed back, kept his bat down, didn't swing. Got another pitch right here to go after.
Pitcher up in the Green Giants bullpen, potentially a closer for tonight. Chop foul by Arnelia, keeps it alive, 1-2. One and two is the count. Man still at first with 2 outs. Thought about swinging at that one in the dirt. Instead, it now goes to 2-2. Just gets the top of the zone for strike 3. And the side is retired. One hit, one man left on. 13-2 is the score. As the Green Giants are just 3 outs away from getting 3 straight victories. We'll be back in just a moment.
A staggering 40% of all majorly injured patients in Windsor, Essex are impaired by alcohol or marijuana. When you go out, it is your responsibility to make plans for a sober ride home. Designate a sober driver, call a taxi, or use public transit. The choice is yours. Drive sober, get home safe. Or the next ride you get might not be taking you home.
The job market has changed, and I have to adapt. I'm not just getting theory, I'm getting skills. A degree isn't necessarily a pathway to their career. Being industry ready is. I choose to take control of my future, and my path is St. Clair College. I choose to be here.
Welcome back, everyone, to Tecumseh, Ontario. Top of the 9th inning as the Green Giants lead by 11 over the Irish Hills Leprechauns. Justin Prince alongside Tristan Bouchat. And what has been a dominant one for the Green Giants. You heard Chico LaBute talking about this a bit. Coming a little bit struggling here and there with the batting today. Have an explosion of 13 runs. Huge confidence booster for sure.
Yeah, the bats are coming alive right in time for the home stretch of the season here, leading into playoffs. Hopefully they can continue this tomorrow. Continue swinging a hot bat, putting the runs up on the board.
And Nicholson will stay on the mound here as he'll try and get the final 3 out as Adam Furness will lead things off. Nick Niebauer is going to be behind him, followed by Christian Faust. So the 6, 7, 8 batters in the order will start off the top of the 9th. If the score sticks the way it is, the Leprechauns will fall back to 500 in the standings. Low and bounces off the catcher for ball 1. There is a catcher change. Mentioned this in the last half inning. William Kleffner's into the game behind the plate. Stops an error pitch, 2-0.
Looking for Nicholson here to attack the zone. The lead like this, just throw some strikes, get those final 3 outs.
Down low, misses the corners, 3-0.
Looked like a pretty good pitch right there. Might have been inside a bit, but looked like a nice one.
Inside for a strike, 3-1.
Looked almost like the same pitch right there.
And those strikes have been there today. They've been called by Kevin Johnson all night. But this time he walks them. So a leadoff walk as Furness will make the walk to first. That's going to bring up Nick Niebauer. Game slowly ticking on by here in the top of the 9th. Will be a big win for the Green Giants, as we talked about a couple times tonight. 3rd straight victory for the Green Giants for their final homestand. Would move them to 24-14, and for the time being, at the top of the Northern Division standings, that one's off to the backstop. Trying to second is going to be Furness, and now a man's at second with no outs after that one. That's now 3 pitches that roll towards the backstop.
Yeah, it's a little rough awakening here for Kleffner. Couple pitches in the dirt, had to block some pitches.
Swings and misses on the hardy cut as Niebauer's going to go to the 1-1.
That was a good pitch right there by Nicholson. Attack that zone.
Getting back to Kleffner, though. Talked to Chico LaBute last week about him. He originally was supposed to come in for the bullpen. And then, as that one's going to be in for strike 1 and 2, he's now been moved to the backup catcher role with the team's needs.
Yeah, with only one catcher there for a couple games, you're in dire need of backup. So Kleffner's come in, filled the job out really well.
Here's the 1-2. And another one to the backstop. And now, just 90 feet away will be Alex Furness at third base. I should mention this too, the Green Giants sat down the man in the bullpen who was warming up in the bottom 8th.
Yeah, it looks like Nicholson's going to be able to finish it here. Runner on third base means nothing, just go right at that hitter.
2-2 count. Swings and misses, strike 3. And a good bounce back after 4 pitches going to the backstop in a span of 2 at-bats for out number 1. That brings up Christian Faust. Two outs away from getting the third straight victory for the Green Giants. That one in the dirt again, 1-0. The Leprechauns were looking to try and take advantage with the man at third. Swings and misses, 1-1. Just 4 total hits for Irish Hills. Pitch in for a strike, 1-2. That one in the dirt, 2-2. 2-2 is the count. This would be the biggest loss for the Leprechauns in terms of most runs allowed since June, as this one's hit to right field. Chased down by Arnelia for out number 2. Too shallow to go for the sacrifice fly, but the throw goes all the way to the backstop, but Nicholson keeps the play from being able to bring in a run for out number 2. Could have been disaster there, Tristan.
Yeah, great play by Nicholson to back that one up. Perfect spot, kept that runner right on third base. Strong throw by Arnelia, but just didn't take the hop he wanted, kind of skipped through Kleffner's legs.
And as this rolls right, as that rolls underneath his legs, pardon me, Nicholson ends up getting there. So Farnes, who went for a tag, backed off, went back to third base, and went back towards home plate, ends up staying at third with 2 outs. And now this one's to the backstop for another time. 6 now this inning for ball 1. Runner does not go. Well, it's been a rough inning so far for Nicholson. At least they have the run insurance with 11 runs. 1 for 3 is Parks.
2 outs here, just got to attack the zone, throw some strikes, work with Kleffner, hit the glove. Finish this game off on a high note.
Gets a strike, 1-1. 2 strikes away from getting the victory. Just misses the corner, 2-1. To get back to that point before that flyout ad, as a bunny rabbit says hello to the fans across WeTV. To get to that last point, last time the Leprechauns allowed this many runs, or near this many, was against the Mariners that we mentioned a little bit before, 15-3. Look at this hit though. Deep enough to get the third out, and the Green Giants win 13-2 to win their 3rd straight game. The St. Clair Green Giants move to 24-14 and a dominant hitting performance in this one. 13 hits, 13 runs, just 2 errors and 4 allowed hits all day. Dominant hitting, great pitching all around.
Yeah, great performance today by your Green Giants, doing all over the field. As Justin mentioned, with the hitting, the pitching, the fielding, all around great day today.
And with that, a lot of players going to be happy. This puts them at the top of the Northern Division standings for the time being, as they'll be very happy with this one. We'll be back in just a few moments here on WeTV with your post-game coverage. You're watching Green Giants baseball from Tecumseh, Ontario.
Windsor started a tradition way back of giving us great barbecue north of the border, and you can taste that tradition when you come to Tommy's Barbecue. Dive into Tommy's rotisserie-style ribs and chicken, along with the crinkle-cut fries, coleslaw, and the original hot and sweet sauces. Plus all those amazing desserts like Black Forest cake and strawberry cheesecake. Taste the tradition and so much more at Tommy's Barbecue, 999 Erie Street East. See you there, Windsor.
I am Nadia Comunich. For the best in local programming, watch WeTV.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Baron Championship rings. This is who we are.
Welcome back to Lacoste Park, our post-game report. The Green Giants very successful here tonight, dominating this game 13-2 over Irish Hills. More importantly, Lima loses tonight, so the Giants now have moved into first place by half a game. Of course, we'll see Lima here on Thursday and Friday, so that just sets up a huge series there. But tonight, the man that did the great job here this evening, 2 for 3, a home run, a stolen base. Let's keep this going. It's tradition here now where the water dump comes, but Gavin was able to avoid it for the most part.
Yeah, a little bit.
For the most part. There we go. We're going to get him a little bit anyways. But it's nice to get anyways. It means you guys won the game, and it means, boy, the team played really well tonight, Gavin.
Yeah,
the bats were really hot, and of course, Jacob on the hill, always very solid. How well did they play?
We played. Am I holding it?
No, I'm going to hold it for you.
We played really well. You know, we've been struggling hitting the ball a little bit lately, so it's nice to get it going. And Jake, he's been our, I'd say, one of our top pitchers all year now. Just throws strikes and works with a good pace. So that's important. It keeps us on our toes.
Talk to me about your night. A home run, a stolen base, hit by a pitch.
Yeah.
You got the whole ball of wax going here tonight. Yeah. How good did you feel all night? To contribute that way to the team to the win.
Yeah, I felt good tonight. I've been kind of struggling a little bit this season, but lately I've just been trying to stay short to the ball and stay in my legs a little bit. So it's nice to finally put the barrel on the ball and see the ball fly a little bit.
You mentioned Lima loses tonight. Of course, everybody's scoreboard watching. I'm going to pick up the rubber duck here. That's the game player of the game award, the rubber duck. They had the goose in Detroit. We got the rubber duck here. So, but obviously we're scoreboard watching. Every game's so important. These you got 4 more games now here, guys. They're all so important. Kind of feels like play already.
Yeah, we're just trying to grind it out, and Lima losing puts us in first place, and we're just trying to get home field advantage so we can get the fans out here and play on something that we're familiar with.
Yeah, sleep in your own bed, things like that. Big advantage
exactly.
to it. Got to get right back tomorrow night. I'm expecting we'll see a little more hungrier team, the Irish Hill guys. And again, I think it goes at this point, Gavin, you take no one for granted here.
Yeah, everybody's just trying to make some late season adjustments and make it in the playoffs. And it's a good Irish Hills team who's knocking on the door to make the 16 playoffs. So I think they'll come out ready to go. So we got to be ready.
Well, I know you guys will be ready. Hopefully the same kind of performance. Congrats on player of the game, and look forward to watching you play tomorrow night.
Thank you.
All right, Gavin Homer, outstanding job here tonight. His team victorious. You can get in the room with the guys, Gavin. You don't have to hang around with me. They win 13-2 tonight. Very, very good outing. Maybe one of the best performances overall, complete team performance for the Giants this season. But couldn't come at a better time, of course, with Lima losing tonight. The Giants slip into first place by half a game. So that is the story here tonight at Lacoste. Again, as alluded to, we'll be right back here tomorrow night. 7:05 p.m. will be the opening pitch. We'll have all the action for you here on WeTV. So on behalf of everybody at WeTV, this is Dominic Papa thanking you for tuning in. Take care, everybody. We'll see you again tomorrow night.